What's up, guys? I've been away, always away. There's just so much to do and so much going on with kids and nerf and comics. If you guys haven't checked out my comic, you should. It's Robbie of Lockship at robbieoflockship.com. I'd appreciate some views, or I have Patreon too. That doesn't exactly go for nerf, but it is. It does go to me and my family, so, in a roundabout way, it helps the nerf. Anyway, I was going to just go over some of the projects I'm working on. So this is an ACR that's fully 3D printed. I've got sort of a body here that will be able to be a standalone system, except for the battery. I don't have a battery tray for it that isn't the stock, but whatever. So this is like a strife-sized flywheel blaster that will be full auto, all printed, a lot more ergonomic. The strife handle sucks, and AR-15 handles are so much better. It's not just AR-15. The firearm industry, whatever you may feel about them, they really know what they're doing when it comes to designing guns and the ergonomics of them, and they have nerf beat so hard. So there's that. This is like the third test print for fitting, and hopefully the print on the green part is for the final first prototype. I needed to buy more green. That should be arriving today. I've got some MHP stuff, some new mags. This is something I know a lot of people have been waiting for. I've been working on the 3D printed break action hammer shot. This is the short barrel version. It is essentially only an inch longer than having the cylinder anyway. It should, in theory, I've got to test it and I've got to do durability tests and things, but I want to have a release lever for the brake instead of magnets. So I tried to match the hammer shot aesthetic. I think it looks really cool. I love visually, this is just, it is awesome. The balance, the size, the length is great. If we take the tape off, again, this is like the third prototype. If we take the tape off, there's room for a cylinder in there. I'm trying to decide if I want to put some slots for grabbing the cylinder out. Right now it's totally encased, so that's sort of an aesthetic choice more than anything else. Being that when it's closed, you don't see the cylinder, so it just looks really nice. My biggest problem with the hammer shot at this point is just that the cylinder is so far forward that you can't make a really good revolver replica with it without compromising on the look. Gavin Lim's his Destiny, I can't remember the gun's name from Destiny, but his kit is so amazing. But then there's that glaring accuracy issue that the cylinder is up here instead of back here, up here instead of back here like it should be, and that makes me sad because that thing just looked phenomenal. Anyway, so there's that. I made a dart cutter for MHP darts, although I still have feeding issues with AccuFake's cut down in the katana mags. I'm hoping the Gen 2 katana mags will, solve that problem some for me. I was working on a shell ejecting Sentinel, but that's kind of been put to the side. I'm working on a few everything I want to do now is just 3D printing. And I'm not a modder anymore, I'm a custom blaster designer. I have a 3D printer now, my very own. It is a CR10. It is amazing. I can't believe the difference it's made. I'm just gonna get rid of all my nerf shit and just print from now on. I don't want to do anything else, to be honest. It's just made such a difference, and there's nothing I can't do just about with it, and that is just huge for me. I hope that when I'm done with these kits, all of these things that I'm working, all of these projects, I'm really planning on, selling them, and I'll probably release the files, but you can come to me and you can purchase a printed copy. A lot of these things, the ACR and a few of the other things like that I've got in mind, will require a large scale printer, at least 15 inches. which the CR10 can go 15 inches up, which is why I'm designing them that way so that I can print them. And so you can buy them from me. I haven't decided on prices or whatever yet. They won't be cheap, probably. I haven't gone through the whole process of designing a blaster with the MHP. I now understand, one, why Jet takes so long to release anything. It's so much work to make those designs, and then they have to go through the prototyping phases. I released my files long before I really had a commercially ready product that I really ought to have been releasing. And they have to do all of that without releasing, because if they do release and there's a bunch of problems and there's recalls and fixes, that'd be a nightmare. So, and then the other thing is just that it is so much printing to do these things. It is so much time. I understand why the FDL2 is so expensive, and especially when you include the components. You know, I can't really go under $200 for selling an MHP because I spend, you know, $100 on parts every single time. So, you know, those things are... Everyone wants things for free, but we just can't have them for free all the time. There's a price that we need to set. Captain Slug is, you know, really generous to sell the Caliburn for, you know, what, $160? It shouldn't be that cheap. It's way too good for that. And yet you can get one that cheap. That's pretty amazing. So, thanks for watching, guys.